Well, hello there. How's everyone? I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I just wanted to, I just wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind. It's actually been on my mind for quite some time now. Yesterday, when I walked into the fellowship hall after church, it really hit me. And I said, you know what? This is worthy of a discussion. Yeah, this is what's been on my mind. Okay? The hospitality ministry. Well, what exactly are the qualifications for being on it? Huh? Shouldn't you be able to cook? hmm Shouldn't you have clean hands? hmm I mean, those are just things that should be at the top of the checklist. Don't you think so? I mean, I think so. hmm I mean, because we've got a couple of people. And I said, Jesus, who anointed and appointed them? Huh? Was it anybody that could actually taste? Was it anybody that actually kind of observed the situation to see if things were just, the way that they should be? Is everything in here as it should be? I don't know. I mean, because Claritha, that's Sister McClendon. Claritha, I mean, she can't taste. And if she can't taste, how does she taste the food to see if it's good enough to serve to the people? Claritha's taste buds died in 1997. Yeah, 1997, after the incident. They died. Jesus. Poor Claritha. Jesus, she was perking herself a cup of peppermint tea. And she just let the kettle stay on a little bit too long. Lord have mercy, God. She sat down for a game of solitaire and got caught up in it. Jesus. Yeah, I said solitaire. Don't judge her. There are many people that go to church that play cards. Jesus, Lord, she sat there and got into that game and forgot the kettle on the stove. And when she remembered, thank you, Holy Ghost, for bringing it back to her memory, she went and she poured herself a cup of tea, and instead of going in for a slow sip, Claritha went in for a greedy gulp. Jesus. Lord, she burnt the taste buds and torched the tonsils. Jesus. Her mouth ain't never been the same. Jesus, Lord. We'd go out to the restaurants and Claritha would try to taste food, and I said, Claritha, let it go. Let it go, Claritha. We might as well have a funeral. They're gone. Jesus, they done gone. Jesus, Lord. So Claritha should not be cooking food. She can't taste it. You don't know if it's enough salt, if it's enough seasoning. Jesus. So what are you serving to the people? Lord, and I love Claritha. She's one of my good friends. But you got to be willing to tell your friends the truth, Jesus. Time for Claritha to sit down. Because I tell you, she made some, Jesus, fried chicken, some greens on yesterday. Bland. Nothing. Not a bit of oomph. Nothing. And people wanted to be kind. They tasted and they chewed. And you could tell they didn't want to swallow. Jesus. They love her. She's kind. But I tell you, it's time for her to hang it up. I'm just going to have to be honest with her. Because that's what real friends do. Jesus. Lord. And then there's Bertha. That Bertha Lowe. Bertha loves to cook. And Bertha loves to eat. But Bertha doesn't have clean hands. I might as well tell you. Those hands? Bertha doesn't like soap. Bertha doesn't feel like she has to wash her hands before she cooks. And after certain things. But that's a little bit too much. That's a bit too much for today. I remember I went to Bertha's house one day, and she was in the kitchen and she was making some yams. Glory be to God. And Bertha, she bent over to pull the yams out and give them a good taste. And I tell you what Bertha did, and it changed my life. It scarred me. Bertha coughed in her hand. Jesus. And then Bertha, instead of going to the sink and washing her hands, Bertha reached down and pulled the foil back on that pan of yams. Jesus, Lord. And I was saying to myself, this is not about to happen. But I felt in my spirit that it was. I was about to witness something horrific. Bertha took that same hand that she coughed in, and Bertha scooped herself up a helping of yams in her hand, and she ate it. Bertha took that hand that was contaminated, Jesus, by the cough, and she used it as a spoon and scooped them yams up to her mouth. Jesus, never been the same. She said, do you want some yams pie? And I said, I'm full. I ate on the way. Dear Lord. So I submit to you on today, shouldn't there be some qualifications? Shouldn't there be a checklist? There should be. If you're going to make yams, use a real spoon. Wash your hands. And by golly, you should be able to taste the food before you serve it to the people. Dear Lord, whatever shall I do? Do I take it to the pastor? I think I do. Because we have to pray over these things. Dear Jesus.